So I promised this in the last show because we have a listener of this program who is running for Congress as an independent in Texas. And so Brian Ingram, bryaningram.com, he's running for Congress, and he's basically going to call in every once in a while and let us know how it goes. And I knew from the moment I heard, not from Brian, but from another caller who called in and said, hey, I heard someone's running for Congress. Could he keep us informed somehow of how he's doing that? Could he keep a blog? I'd be interested to hear how that goes. As soon as I heard that, I knew that Brian is going to inspire someone else to run for Congress, because that's just what's going to, it's inconceivable to me that that's not going to happen. So what's the magic behind that? If my theory is correct, what's the magic behind Brian calling into this show and convincing someone else to do what he's doing? Well, so my theory is that doing things like running for Congress that are way outside of our normal perspective are difficult, intimidating, scary, all those sorts of things, because we're just unfamiliar with it. But Brian is going to demystify all of those things by calling in and saying, hey, this is what I did, and I went down to the office and I turned in some signatures, and now I'm on the ballot, and and he's going to he's just going to break it down piece by piece, and we'll see, that it's not nearly as intimidating as we think it is. So that reminded me of the best political organizing idea I have ever had, and I'll share that with you now. So running for Congress is, it takes a special person to run for Congress, but it doesn't take a special person to influence Congress. Anyone can do that. And the way you contact your representative of whatever level, federal, state, local, the way you contact them makes a difference in how they weight your opinion. So if you show up in their office, that's better than writing them a handwritten letter. Writing them a handwritten letter is better than calling them. Calling them is better than clicking yes on an internet petition. You get the idea. So it's on the matter of calling that I want to talk about, because it is incredibly easy, yet still incredibly effective, because they know that you're making the effort and you're a real person talking to a real person. You're not a computer program. And, but it's much easier to get someone to make a phone call to Congress than to write a letter, put it in an envelope, buy a stamp, go to the post office, the whole bit. So it's this great happy medium that you can use as a political organizer to get your supporters to contact Congress on your behalf to push for your issue that, you and your supporters care about. And yet getting people to call Congress is incredibly difficult. And my theory on why it's hard to get people to call Congress is the same reason why it's hard to convince yourself that you could run for Congress, because it's intimidating, it's scary, you don't know what it's going to be like, you don't know who you're going to talk to, and it's intimidating. And so in the same way that Brian is going to demystify running for Congress for us by calling into the show, my best political organizing idea ever demystifies calling into Congress. So what I suggest, and I have suggested this to organizer friends of mine in the past, and their eyes got huge and they said, that is a brilliant idea. We need to do that right away. So what you do is, you make sure that it's okay as an organizer. You contact, the congressperson that you're targeting. You make sure it's okay to do this, because you don't want any wiretapping laws coming down on you. But you record a constituent call to the congressperson's office from beginning to end. You ring in, you get connected, you speak with the human on the other side, you tell them who you are and what your opinion is, and and it doesn't take very long, and then you're done. And you take that recording and you distribute it to your supporters. And that is how because no amount of writing them an email, promising that it's easy, or giving them the phone number and saying, look, all you have to do is dial this number and read this script. I mean, that's all helpful, but I don't think that any of it is as effective as actually showing them how easy it is. So actually allowing them to hear what it is, what it's going to be like when they call. Maybe we could all even agree that calling Congress shouldn't be intimidating because they're our they work for us. We're the boss, right? So it shouldn't be intimidating, but it is anyways. And that's just the psychological truth of it. So if you have a recording, say like, listen to how easy it is. The amount of people who will call who wouldn't have otherwise because they're, emboldened and given the confidence to do it because they will see how easy it is. I really just think that it would go through the roof. So there you go. That is the best idea I've ever had on political organizing. Take it, use it freely, use it to your own benefit. It may be the best idea I've ever had on any topic, but I don't keep very good track, so I don't know. But if I ever come up with a better idea, you'll certainly hear about it here. But in the meantime, that's as good as it gets.